Hello there. Welcome to another session with Best Mindset Group. Today, we're going to be looking at how to define your greatness, or how to define what makes you great in your business, to really help clean up some of the marketing messages that you send out and the things that you talk to others about when you're really describing your product or your service. I find a lot of us are told to say things a certain way, or we feel like we have to say things a certain way based on what others have done in the past, but what ends up happening is we kind of end up sounding like everyone else. And so this whole exercise is meant to help you find your uniqueness, what makes you great, and really what makes you stand out in the marketplace to connect with others properly. So you can really get your marketing message clear with everyone that you're working with. Where I've seen this a lot, and you may be able to reflect with this if you've ever looked through resumes. So resumes for people who are looking for jobs are kind of like their way of marketing themselves to get a job with an employee or an employer. And I used to do a ton of that, so I used to work through about 100 resumes a day. And one of the things I'd see on almost every single resume, and if you may have seen this before, you may even have this on your resume, is works well alone and works well with others. And that's one of those things where it's just like everyone thinks they're supposed to put it on their resume, but yet everyone puts it on their resume, so really it becomes irrelevant. And reading through 100 resumes a day, really that just became space filler to me, if anything. So in your business, it's very similar. If you have things like number one in the industry or things like that, everyone has that. How many number ones in the industry can there be? So you have to find the things that really make you unique, that connect with your client. And that's what we're going to go through today and really weed those things out so you could walk away. My goal with you is basically to walk away with a very clear message for yourself. I want you to have a very clear vision for your clients and what you can provide them. And basically you're going to get some feedback on this as well. So you're going to actually have to find a partner through this video exercise that you can actually get some feedback on your message to make sure it really does connect and ring well with what you're trying to go do. So that's what we're going to do today. So if you look on the screen here, you can see where I'm going with this. It says, so what makes you great? So we're going to look at the features of your business basically. So the things about you and your business that make you great. If you look here, there's a bunch of questions. So I'll let you fill these out, and I'm going to basically have you probably pause the video and just to answer these questions as you go through them. So things like, how long have you been in business? Where have you done business? What does your business do differently, maybe than others? What accolades or awards has your business received? What associations or things that are you a part of that you belong to? What is your business ultimately known for? What do your clients tell you that, this is the one thing I see in you all the time? And just what qualifications or things do you have in the past, or key people have you hired? And then room for others. So if there's other just things that make you great, or features about your business that really make you great. So the first step of this whole thing is I just want you to pause the video and answer these 7 questions, and maybe you even add a couple of yourself as well. Once you've got these all written down, start the video back up and we'll move to the next step. Okay, go ahead. All right. So now that you've got a bunch written down, I trust that you're starting to see, okay, these are all the features and the things that I really, makes me great in my business. And you may have said some of these things in the past, others, but sometimes people don't fully connect with that. Something like, I've been in business for 10 years. Well, that probably says something about you, but that's just the feature. Really, how does that benefit your client? And so the next exercise I want you to go through is I want you to go through each one of these with a partner. Someone who maybe is your client, someone who's an entrepreneur, or someone who basically that you work with or trust very much in your business. What I want you to do is I want you to read through one of these, and what I want them to say back to you is, so what's so great about that? That's what this acronym stands for. So what's so great about that? So I've been in business for 10 years. Okay, so what's so great about that? I've got the experience, that proven experience to be able to create success with all the clients I work with. So what's so great about that? I developed a system that works, that built a business from 0 to $1.3 million in 1 year. Okay, that rings. So what's so great about that? Helps you weed out some of the things that you might say that are a little more general, something like I've got 10 years in the business, and really get down to the real benefit to the client. I've got a system that works. In fact, in 1 year, it turned our business from 0 to $1.3 million. If you'd like to know that system, then come and speak with me. That's a much more powerful message than I've been in the business for 10 years. It really defines what those 10 years were spent doing. Because those 10 years could have been terrible. I could have spent 10 years twiddling my thumbs. So once you define those things, people can really start to see the benefit for how that's going to work with them in their business. So this is my next step with you. I want you to find a partner. Maybe you have to pause the video and go find someone, or do this later on in the day. But I want you to go through this list of things that you've written down, and I want you to have a partner just stare back at you and say, so what's so great about that? Until that partner hears something that really rings or connects with them, and then they'll say, that just connected with me, and then write those things down in this box below. If you don't have this sheet, that's fine, you can use a blank piece of paper, but ultimately go through these questions with a partner, have them say, so what's so great about that? Until they hear something that really rings and it would sound like a very clear benefit to them. Okay? So again, pause the video and go ahead. All right. So now that you've got what's so great about that filled out, time to take action. Summarize some of the things that you came up with in the top section about what's so great about that, and just write them in here under what makes you unique. Then what I want you to do is figure out how can you use that in your marketing. So pick maybe one or two things. So maybe it's how you're going to speak to people. Maybe it's how you're going to speak on a stage. Maybe it's what you're going to put on your website, or what you're going to put on your business cards or your flyers or your pamphlets. How will you use this in your marketing? Okay, I want you to commit to a couple things. And then just ultimately when you're working with people, what is it that's going to make you stand out moving forward? What were some of the things that really rang with the people that you're working with that they said, you know what, that sounds very unique to me. I've never heard that before. And identify what those things are so you can really build a whole marketing campaign around those types of things. So for me, I mean, really when I look at Best Mindset Group, it's a proven system that'll build your business from $0 to $10,000 a month in profit. The reason is because I've done it over 50 different times with 50 different businesses working in the franchise world. So that's what really makes me different and makes me stand out, is it's that proven system that we've used year after year after year that's benefited us and benefited the people we work with. So that's it. So that's what I want you to do today. Commit your marketing message and then get out there and spread it and see how it changes the way people perceive you. Other than that, I trust this helped you out, and we'll see you at your next Best Mindset session.